and welcome to Community Coaching. My name is Kala, and I am joined by ShardStorm. We got here. Hey, man, how's it going?
Hey, good. Howdy, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Okay, so what do we got here? You want to give us the lowdown?
Yeah, so this is Maiev on Volskaya in plat, roughly plat. I was plat at this point. I've dipped out of that since, but I'll be back soon. There's a few plats on my team. There's probably a Masters or a Diamond because they have a GM on the opposition team. So the Hanzo in this game is a GM.
Ooh, okay.
That's not super. It's somewhat typical for ANZ. Outlaws Coffee is sort of GM 50, 60-ish.
Outlaws Coffee, that's his name. Oh yeah, I guess.
So Outlaws is the team he plays for.
Yeah.
Coffee is, yeah.
It's a good name. Sounds like a good coffee company. But here we go. Okay, so we got Maiev. Okay, we're going the W build. I think that makes the most sense here. Definitely makes the most sense here.
I would love to talk build stuff as we get further into the game. So my opening here is garbage. You'll see how I play, and then I B out and then sort of fix it. There's something with my keyboard was out. I think my alt was held down. So you'll see me Q at one point and it'll just be cast on top of myself, and it's sort of why I miss a couple of things off the bat.
Oh no, okay. Like right there, you could have used bind for sure and brought everyone back in. You just get it onto the Dahaka instead.
So I'm pretty sure what happens is I go to use Q and it's not moving around off my character at all, so I'm not hitting it and I'm not doing any follow-ups. But yeah, my plan was to follow my my Garrosh basically and just double displace everything.
Yeah, so like right here, this should be a kill onto Gul'dan if you land your bind. So right there, if you just auto W, tag Gul'dan, pull him back in, and then he gets thrown by Garrosh and dies. I think 100% chance he dies there, because both A, your tether will pull him into the Garrosh range, and then B, it's going to interrupt his drain life, because he uses it right away, doesn't he? Okay, he uses it now, but I mean, even so, he's going to die, because if he walks in here, waits to use drain life, it gets interrupted. If he uses it over here, you know, he's sitting here using drain life and dies because of it. Assuming that that's where Garrosh throws. But yeah, I definitely think you have to hit your W there. Dude, tap her back. Tis the
see
question.
How I just,
yeah.
You see how I just queued on myself randomly?
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out what the hell's going on with my keyboard.
Well, backing is a good time to fix your keyboard then, because you can just move to a location and then fix it. So that's good.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly what I did.
Dirty uses the invisible horse.
Yeah, I only use it because it's banned in competitive.
It's banned in competitive because it gives you an edge, so why not use it, right?
Exactly, exactly.
That's why I called you dirty for it. Here we go. Okay, this is going to be a big play. Dang.
Like I've literally just fixed the keyboard at this point, I think, so I'm just trying to
figure it out.
Yeah, feel out the game a little. Anyway, so what we have into what they have, how am I looking to use Maiev? Because she feels like she's very look for picks kind of hero.
You totally have to. You have to be roaming around with Garrosh and finding binds on people and then finding your full combo. Everybody gets flipped. You don't have any follow-up CC aside from the totem, but at 16 it's basically like full CC. But that's how you want to do it. Like, so even here, like, rotate up and look for this Hanzo or look for this Gul'dan. Like, this guy's crazy. You could have rotated the same pace as this Rehgar.
Yep.
But do you get the kill onto Gul'dan? Likely not. It's still a mentality thing.
Pretty sure this goes the other way here.
So first, never ever create that sort of angle with Diablo, because let's even look at it here. If you're like scared of this Diablo, you're not sure what's happening, you should be, okay, if you're pushing this wave, that's fine, but you're just trying to freeze him off of it, sure. That's fine, but so watch what you do here. You tag him, but now pull him back this way. If you ever walk down here, he can Q you. If you ever walk down here, he can Q you. You never want to walk down this way. Because, like, watch what you do here. This isn't, like, he can wall stun you right here. Gosh, what else can you do? You can spend a little bit more time. Like, you take your E way too early here. So play with her E a little bit more. So what you can do is to try to escape this, because you're like, okay, holy crap, this is not good. You can throw your ear over here and then walk this way and take this.
Oh, okay. So really drag him away.
Exactly. E's up here and then you walk down here. If Diablo wants to walk up this way, fine. Don't take your E and just ride this the whole way. Diablo now has to come back in here and your Vault of Wardens is back up. You know, maybe you can sit in the bush for a second. Diablo comes, looks for you. You walk over here. He shadow charges, boom. You Vault the Wardens and you walk away. Like, there's so many neat things for you to do here. But I feel like you just blow all your cooldowns and make it really easy for him to kill you. And like even there, he does that to you, then like walk down here and maybe like take the tram. Wait for your E to get back up. Take the tram down, E over the wall sort of thing. There's a lot of creative things that you can do with Maiev as long as you just actually sell into that mentality and try to be creative with her. But yeah, your early game definitely wants to be rotating and looking for picks with your W. If you're this build. If not, you could have gone Naish's and, you know, looked at just picking up camps or something. Maev's a hero I don't play enough. Jeez, do I ever see a lot of her.
Three-glove terminal online. Take control of it to pilot the mech.
What were you thinking there?
I was just having a look at something. But, yeah, no, it wasn't because I think Blade Dance is bad. Blade Dance is really good.
I was going to ask about her wave clear, Maev's wave clear as well, because I find myself using the E a little bit for wave clear, and I'm not sure it's always the best move.
It is if you can use it. It does a lot. Like, if you're able to and you're not worried, so like right now everyone kind of represented mid and you have to clear this wave really fast to get your advantage and move back in bottom. So yeah, trying to clear with your E, especially if it's a line like this and you throw it like now, but that's fine. But you just have to be very careful because, like, you know, if a bunch of people just show up right now, then you can be in a whole whack of trouble. Could have sworn we could have got this onto right wing, no? Ah, it sucks that Garrosh's whole combo's down. Get this onto Diablo, if anyone. How does that not bind him? If you get the W onto Diablo and try to pull him back into tower range, you can do a lot. But the fact that Garrosh had already spent his combo is really the problem. Because honestly, if Garrosh still had his combo up right here, let's just look at it. You like walk over this way, you E in here, you take it, you double bind these guys and pull them back in, and Garrosh throws one of them in, and then you just like, you know, you dance around, use your D, use your Q. Okay, so they've still got control. They're almost level 7. It's getting kind of sketchy. So Garrosh just walks in. Cool, you get the kill. So now just all in. E and deep and go. Yeah, there you go. And just look for recess. Just literally spam this. Make sure you're getting in your auto attacks because you missed one here.
Is it QQ auto or Q auto Q?
Actually, that's a good question. I think it's QQ auto. Because you get instant resets. That would make most sense to me. I actually am not sure. That's a really good question. So like we're not auto attacking at all here. So like if an auto attack came through onto Diablo, he probably dies. Does he actually just get away? Or 2 auto attacks? I'm pretty sure we could have gotten in 2. Because your Q range is huge. You don't have to be in melee range. Your Q range is like out here.
It was one of the harder things for me to get used to with her, actually. Is
Yeah.
that she doesn't have to be in melee with that one.
It's a weird idea, right? Because it feels like it should be a melee ability. Why did you vault? Just to dot? Did Hanzo throw something at you?
I think I was worried about him doing so.
Oh, you vault the arcane flare. Does he just flip you? Now you're in trouble. You actually should have died here, I think. If he plays it better. Okay, so a couple problems. Oops. This is good. Get the wave cleared. Be careful about just using your D like that and then walking into a fight right away. But here, you can actually... You could have just mounted up right off of this wave, grab tap, and then look to fight. Because you do have it up. Okay. Oh. How did that happen?
What?
Just the pull on Gul'dan. He was right here and he like got caught on the geometry.
The wall breaks it. Yeah.
That's so unfortunate. Cool. Auto Q. Tap. Okay, at least you can do it now. That's good. Oh, this guy should die. Just bind him. Might be too ambitious, but when he doesn't have his burrow like that, it's usually just a free bind. Wow, they are losing so hard. Hanzo has to go, yeah.
Blue team has taken control of a protection.
So how do you use the Volskaya question here? How do you look to use the event generally for value?
So first one always spawns middle. So there's a bunch of things that are really, really important with the first objective. One, it's you want your turret. If you can get a support camp before it, that's fantastic. But the biggest thing is getting initial control of it. The team that gets initial control has the easier time winning because then the opposition actually has to force all of your members off of the control point in order to take it over and start getting percentage for themselves. So getting initial control is huge. But then once you actually get the protector, it's best to just try to take this wall, this wall and a well, because you want to kind of snowball yourself. The amount of XP this thing gives is absolutely insane. Like you guys, yes, you have kills and stuff like that, but you're already pushing yourselves into the level advantage at this point. And yeah, if you take this wall and this well, sometimes you can even get this fort, and that's insane, but that's best case scenario. You want to open up this wall so that you can get this fort next objective. Take up this wall and this well because the next objective's top, and you want the tap advantage and the wall advantage top. So like you, basically the way that you focus on the objective and how to use it on this map is foresight. So it's like, okay, so next one's top. I want to make sure that we have some control top. So you look at taking out these structures, and then once you get the next protector up top, you say, I want to just open up the map. But you know, usually you could just take this mid fort as a consolation prize because mid wall is done. Sometimes even most of the fort's done from just, you know, minions doing damage to the structure here. But top one, you want to see if you can clear mid and then rotate bottom. Take bottom. Again, look at the well, see if you can get the fort off of the wall, and then That helps you
Sorry.
control bottom. No,
This is all. So this map is always mid, top, bottom for the protectors. Then is it?
yes. The first
And
three.
Does it keep that rotation up, or is it just random after that?
It's random after that. I believe
cool.
it's random, but can't be the same one twice.
Yeah, so it'll never go bottom.
Basically,
Bottom.
it's like it's mid, top, bottom, then infernal shrines.
Yep. Okay. Cheers. That makes a lot of sense then.
So yeah, going bottom here is a mistake.
So that is the extent of the protector's power. Impressive.
Okay. I love the animation on that.
On Alun's Wrath.
Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can kill this Hanzo. Steps up like this and you got your whole team. Man, if he did this to me, I would have E'd on top of him, auto W, and then start pulling him towards you. You get the tether, Sony lands the spear, this guy dies. He has no walls to jump to. But
So is that just based on a position of our guys and the fact that he's kind of middle of lane-ish, so he's got less to escape to?
that and the fact that all of their members, aside from Brightwing, are showing mid. This guy's crazy for doing this. I really feel like he should die for that because, yeah, if you land the tether on him and just chase him in, he can't jump over a wall because if he does, he bounces back. And then or if you just walk back and trigger the tether, then it's going to do the extra damage to him. You get in the extra auto attack, and then Sonya can likely land a spear as long as she actually follows up on it. But I would put the fear of, I'd put the fear of Storm in him right here. GM player thinks he can walk up to me like that. How does Garrosh die? How does Garrosh ever die when you have like 40 armor all the time? I feel like dying on Garrosh is so difficult. It's okay. Oh, I'm in this one. Coffee's here. There I am, shit talking him. Like he steps up too far.
Yeah, I did. I told both Lorne and Coffee that this was on today.
Nice. Does he actually go the meme heroic? I love this guy. But yeah, so I think you can punish him a little bit more there. But yeah, okay, so let's see what we do now. Level 10s, cool. Rhaegar is showing top, so that's a problem. I'd be careful down here, so you are. That's good. You definitely flirt with the idea of going in. Okay, so yeah, we got the meme heroic coming through. We should just be able to walk out of that one. Okay. I think you have the mentality of spamming on her abilities a little bit too much. You're not reacting to things. You're just using stuff. So like, watch this. So you get the Warden's Cage, cool. You go in with your E. But then you just use your Vault of Wardens.
Okay.
And I can totally get this. You know, there's so much stuff happening at the same time, but in order to get much better at this hero, you have to highlight what their kill conditions are on you and then try to use Vault to get away from that. You know, sometimes just using Vault randomly in situations like this will save you, but if you're trying to get better with her, you have to make sure you're saving it for certain situations.
So, would I be mostly trying to dodge, like, big CC from them, so like tongue and charge kind of stuff?
Yes, that's basically it. If Gul'dan walks up and he looks like he's got horrible things in his eyes and he's looking for a horrify on you, you can try to react and use that. If he uses his corruption on the ground, you can vault away from that. So there's all types of things for you to look for. Like right there, you know, if he didn't flip you sort of thing, that would have been good. Or he flips you in, that's a good time to use your E and then D and then trigger your E. So like if you still had it here, because I'm pretty sure you just throw out your E for the lulls. So like right here you throw your E, I believe.
I think I used it into that. I used that into that choke just before it. So like here, when I step up.
If you're not looking to take it, do not use your E just for damage in team fights. Use it for surviving or use it for engaging. So you throw it out here, you don't take it. But if you had it right now, you toss your E and then use D. Like right now, you have the frame right here. So ED. Boom, it starts traveling out up here, and then you take it and you're free. Or this way, take it and you're free. Because your E travels while you're in vault, and then you can take it as soon as you land.
Probably the other thing with my Maiev play is that she's pretty much the only melee that I actually play. Otherwise, I play ranged assassins and then Grey main, but like I don't really consider him a melee.
Yeah. It'll take a little bit of getting used to, though. I don't think she's like extremely difficult, but I do think she's got a pretty steep learning curve. You know, she's basically all mechanics. That's her whole kit. So it does take a little bit to get used to.
When you said like you feel like I spam my abilities, like I could definitely see that with the way I play her a little bit.
Here we go. Yeah, take it. Wait, you gotta take it. You gotta go in on this guy. He's actually stepped up so far.
I was probably giving him a little bit too much respect here.
Yes. Just because he, like, never let somebody's rank or anything like that, you know, stop you from going in on them.
I'm pretty sure on this map, playing Tracer, he'd smashed me like 2 or 3 games before it. So I was probably giving him a bit much there.
Okay. But here, yeah, I would absolutely look. Yeah, this is a really good opportunity because his only way, you should be able to outduel him straight up right here. And you've got Li Ming on the side. They don't have level 13, so he doesn't really want to fight you. So watch this. You take this, you auto W, you bring him back in. Honestly, and then at that point,
hey man,
Li Ming
real proud of you.
should be able to look for combos off of it. Thank you, Dan. I'm proud of you. But if he tries to jump, obviously he gets pulled back, and I think he's smarter than to do that. So that means you get the full trigger on him. Other option, look for Gul'dan. But I do think that you have to look for something here. Yeah, so you dismount, you can actually stay mounted a little bit and find Gul'dan. Gul'dan's even easier to kill than this, than Hanzo. Boom. Oh yeah, 100% dies. See? And there too. So 2 things that this guy can do to you, right? 2 engage opportunities. 1, drag. 2, isolation. So it's basically, you don't really want to play the game of I'm waiting to see which one comes out. You just want to use Vault as soon as you see one of his animations. So you actually hold your Vault, don't use it now, you wait for that, and then you Vault. 100% chance to dodge it. If you just
tried to preempt it as I thought he would do it as soon as he stepped past the Merc. I thought he would try and do it, so I tried to preempt it. As it is, I think I just sidestep as soon as I land, which is sort of the advantage, because he tries to time it to that. But obviously, had he timed it right, he would have just got me.
Thank you guys for the support. Love you lots. Okay, so what do we got? Here we go. Oh, this guy's dead. Chase him down. Yeah, you best chase him. There we go. He's still dead. He's not dead. This is one of those things where he's got fear in his eyes. Okay. Only critique I have here, the fact that you chase him is great, but there's one thing you do that's wrong, and it's you clump up with your team. You should be like here. That would force
If I
him
go
to...
down through there, do I not just get dismounted by the minion wave?
I mean, that's fine. He's rooted. You get dismounted by the minion wave pretty late. So, like, let's see. Minions are aggroed over here. Still aggroed over here. Still aggroed there. Yeah, you're perfectly fine. Yeah, if you actually walk through the minion wave, this is where he uses his ult. Maybe he changes the direction. He uses it here instead, but... Dang, that was actually such a clutch fear. Coffee, why do you have Dragon Strike? What is the matter with you? Ah, man, this goes so wrong. So obviously it's really, really sketchy to fight them because I can. Fair enough. So it's really, really sketchy to look for anything more than just a single pick because they're 13. Yeah, you just have to walk away here. And disengage. Like, looking up, this was the problem right here. You walk up here and you look for the fight.
I'm pretty sure I'm trying to cover the Rhaegar because he just goes the wrong way off the Hanzo ult.
Pardon me?
I'm pretty sure I'm just trying to cover the Rhaegar because he goes the wrong way off the Hanzo ult.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I should have just cut my losses.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do. I think that's what you got to do for sure. Gosh, that heroic is pretty, though. We got to give it to him. You have, like, everything here, don't you? Oh, you have Vault. How our voice comms this game.
I honestly don't remember. This was a while ago. I feel like I was chatting to Lorne and maybe one of the others. I feel like the Sonya wasn't in comms.
Okay.
Which is frustrating. I hate it when my offlane is not in comms because I always want to be able to talk to them.
This is something I would absolutely look for right here. Li Ming's low, though. That's the problem. So you send out your E, just take it, tag 2, bring him in. Here we go. See how easy it is? But where the hell is my Garrosh? Excuse my language, team. But where... That's not language. What am I talking about? Why are you auto... See, like, this is a big problem. Because, like, he obviously sees you in here. And he sees the enemy team here. Why is he here? This is really not proper. Why is anyone over here? Except for Li Ming. Rhaegar's the only one who gets the message here. He's a good boy. Okay, get the tag. Instant blow up. Garrosh too far away. Okay, so you played that one well. I think maybe... Could we have gotten a tag onto... Let's just look. I just want to make sure you played it perfectly instead of just well. Yeah, I think that's best. Cool. So we get the turret off that too. Chase this guy down. Gosh, seeing Diablo in here gives me so much anxiety. Okay, we use the turret. It's a little wild, but... Wait, where? Wait, I'm so confused. Okay. I really think you should have saved your E here. I'm pretty sure he dies no matter what. So if you had
Actually,
your... Sorry?
I was going to say, against the Diablo, it's probably extra dumb to put myself on the other side of him because he can just charge you in a wall and use you as an escape.
Exactly.
Well.
He could have done that here and then maybe look to take the tram out. But if you still had your E here, Hanzo dies. Because you just E on top of him right here. Ooh. Okay, Hanzo dies anyways. Okay. Hey. There we go. He's not gonna die, is he? Oh my gosh, we're all gonna die. Oh no. Yeah, so like, I mean, Garrosh is the one who looks for it, and you just try to help him out. But I see this as a way at you getting the objective for free.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you about this. On this map, how do you take advantage of like this situation where we've killed 2 of them?
2 months of
the
learning.
objectives up.
Here's like, to 2 more.
Like, because it
Grats,
sucks to just sit on the objective. So how do you actually take advantage of it?
Cool. Glad you asked. So, cool. Off this, boom. We kill Hanzo. That's it. Let's just flirt with the idea that we all just back up. So, Rhaegar likely backs. Garrosh sits on the point. You tell me. What do we do?
Well, the obvious one is the healing
right
thing is right there. The turret's available, but I feel like that's a little bit dicier. You can also look to push your wave up and then try and push their towers to prep the event. But in terms of like, how do you take advantage of 20 seconds without them being alive? I feel like probably the healing thing and pushing your wave up to prep the lane for you.
Yes. Yeah. This game is literally a map based on items. The team that holds more items is the team that wins. They are so dang powerful. This thing does 93? You can quote me, chat. 93 DPS, not damage, DPS at level 1. Like when you can first get it, I mean. 90 DPS.
Does it scale like a hero?
Oh yeah, no, it scales. It scales every minute, I believe. Every single minute on the dot, it increases its damage, and same with the healing camp.
So yeah, it scales like the like minions and mechs and bosses and stuff, man.
So it is very, very, very powerful, and same with the healing camp, scales every minute. Oh wait, the healing camp is percentage. Actually, healing camp doesn't scale, but technically it does because your health pool scales. You know what I mean?
Scales with heroes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this thing scales in damage. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, you have to just look at getting camps. Getting more picks, what does that do? It gets you the objective. That's all it does. So that same mentality just like really screws people over. So honestly, Garrosh should be throwing Dahaka this way. All you care about at this point is this. Gosh, he's so tanky. Yeah, so this is a problem.
We never even managed to push that wave up past that point either, hey?
No, it's just chilling.
That was what the Garrosh went back and hit right before that fight started.
Yep.
There's some real embarrassing stuff from me in the back half of this game, by the way.
Love it. Yeah, I definitely think you use your D too often. So like even right here, you can just use it to avoid the protector Q. We've gone back a lot of times, so it's starting to lag a little bit. Yeah, defending against the mech is hard. Like you just use it right here, I believe. Yeah. It's like you could have used it here. Oh. No way. I don't know how my Li Ming is sitting at 5% mana this entire game. Oh, now I do.
You would take the globe talent?
Oh yeah, for sure. They have no way of hitting Li Ming with anything except for if she like walks into a Horrify. I don't think I'd go Force Armor here. I go Force Armor against like high burst damage. I don't see high burst damage over here. So like if this is Zeratul, you know, you'd go Force Armor. If it's like a Kael'thas, maybe you can go Force Armor. But just like really high burst is where you go Force Armor. Tracer, Force Armor.
Red team has eliminated the enemy.
Okay. Now things are getting really, really dicey.
So here's a fun, sorry, pause it for a moment. Looking at this top lane, they have Mercs pushing in and they're going to have Katas pushing down this lane. Given our comp, who can we leave up here as our consistent clear sort of thing? Like, I play a lot of Greymane, and one thing I love doing with Greymane is you can back clear these lanes and still make it down for stuff because he's so quick at it.
Yeah, it should be Sonya. But Sonya should also be Wrath. That's another question entirely. Yeah, it should be Sonya. Thank you, Rattleballs. Yeah, it should be Sonya here. But the biggest thing that we need right now is this. That's like the only thing we should be really caring about. Like this is good because you obviously need to de-push top and the siege. But yeah, this is good that our team goes for this. And then just looking at picking up 16 because you guys are really, really far behind off that top play. Should have actually been our objective. So you guys have been actually doing quite well this entire game, but this was the huge issue here.
Basically when we pushed into their wall and then just got counter engaged.
Yep.
And I go slightly too far and end up on the conveyor.
Wait, I thought you used Vault. I have to stop using B now because we've gone through and looked at things too many times in this replay. Woo! Replay system. Good rotation from you though. You got 16. Copy. Ooh, you don't know he has Vault down. Gosh, that's huge. Oh man, that was so close. This guy doesn't live, right? Okay, cool. Oh, you use it there. Why? See, you keep using it randomly.
I actually thought, I reckon there I was maybe thinking that it would actually speed me up. I'm not sure if it would keep me slowed the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure it does, though.
Yes, it does. This is one of the things where a lesser team would just look to continue fighting.
Side note here, by the way, I reckon it's happened 2 or 3 times now. I've seen Ancestral go out on lawn on the garage. I feel like that probably shouldn't be an Ancestral target so much.
No, like you could have got Ancestral that fight and stayed in the entire time. Okay, you have to clear top.
This is if we could skip the next part, that would be fine. You'll see up top.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't die to them.
Let's just watch it.
Yo, no. Please don't do this to me. Your health is low. Do you have any potions or food? Blue elf needs food badly. Blue elf has been... No, just... Slain! No! No! Blue elf is no more. Oh my gosh, man, no. You know what? I give you props for submitting this. And watching people
I
publicly...
I'll be brutally honest. When the submission sheet opened up, it was like you can negotiate time. So I was like, I have to find one. I was like, this game looks great. I didn't rewatch the replay until this morning, and I watched it, and Alicia. Sorry, how do you say her name?
Alieska?
Alieska. She was saying, "Do you want to change the replay?" And I watched it all, and I was like, "No, I don't want to change the replay. I'll eat it."
Bless your heart, my guy. Okay, well. Shoot. Puts us in a bit of a deficit here. So they actually just win the game now, I believe. Yeah, they win the game here. Well, they should at least, because right now all they have to do is go grab their camp, and then sit on bottom, get the objective, and then just all in top and end the game.
Blue team has destroyed the fort.
So that's just saying that's what they got to do. Should be really free. So like right now, I don't know why they're over here. They should have already cleared out this camp. And then be immediately down here, and then they'll keep one down here, likely Brightwing. All of them invade on this in 20 seconds. If they want, they don't have to, but it is a decent idea. I don't know why this guy's split pushing. Oh, cool. Well, this guy just like bought your team a way back into the game. Okay, round 2 on top lane. You got to get down here. Clear these Katas fast. Just get on the back. Yeah. Just the Katas. Minions irrelevant. Just the Katas. Just go for it. Because you got to get down here and fight. In fact, you should have just went right away.
Just let that push into the...
Like, it's not too bad. But if anything, just clear the Katas really, really fast. And then come down here, because they need you here. This is like your only way back into the game. Okay, got the toss. E is pretty early. Alt is bad. Damn it.
Yeah, I missed the bind on the Brightwing that I was looking for.
Yeah. I actually just think you have to stay mounted a little bit longer, and then you'll be okay. So if you're still mounted here, you're coming in. Boom. Now you're in the thick of things. You can like E onto here. Something like that. Ooh. Like imagine if you had this area. They are so hooped. But you're still getting a lot of resets. You get tossed in, continue. No way.
Look, she's
Yeah, this is so brutal. Soul's down.
Hero slain.
Really don't think that this fight should have gone this way. But I just think it was you using your E early. Obviously, there's so many things your teammates are doing wrong, but we can't really talk about that. But just saving it for the right opportunity to get a multi-bind, multi-Warden's Cage. So you want to find the combo where you hit your E into a good area, hit multi-bind, and then you use your Warden's Cage and pull everyone back in.
So... with the build, being honest with the build I'm running here, I initially played her the more physical build and I liked it, but I realized I was mostly using her for picks on people. So then I had a chat to people in the Discord and changed to this binds build, but I find it really hard to execute the 16 properly, and I'm not super sure how to to actually pull off stacking it.
Gosh, that would be a really good question for Psalm. What is the best way to word this? One second. Okay, no, that's not going to help me. I don't really know what to say aside from finding good opportunities to tag multiple heroes with your W. So if this thing's going to let me back up, I can ask this specific question to Psalm because every single time he plays this hero and scrims, he's like, I'm stacked, I'm going to one-shot people. I'm like, shut up, Psalm, you're not going to do anything. Not actually, but I love him. But
that would be awesome if you could.
I can ask this specific question to him, especially maybe I can even just like give him a snapshot. I'll do that right now, actually.
I find she's really hard to sort of work out how to approach fights with. I almost feel like that 16, you almost want to like mount up in behind them or something, get your W, E through them, Q, and then jump to your E to snap them then. So you've stacked a bunch of damage on them. But it just feels really awkward to try and make happen.
Okay, 1 sec, I'm messaging him. Just to have his insight on it, just because I don't, you know, I can talk about how you should be playing team fights, but this is something that's very, very specific. Just 1 sec. There we go. But yeah, the obvious answer is just being able to find opportunities where you're, you know, hitting multiple heroes with W and stacking it up that way. But that's easier said than done.
Blue team has taken control of a protector.
Yeah, and I was also going to ask about the 13th armor because I play the Q one almost out of habit, but I'm not super sure how to pull off the other ones.
That's the thing with Maiev, man. Like, it really just depends on your playstyle preference because a lot of people, what is it? Chain Gang is basically, it's pretty common actually with the W build, but then you see a lot of people going this. You know, people like Lutano and stuff like that. Actually, you've seen it in Europe as well, but I know Psalm is really a fan of chain over bladed armor. Sometimes I see him go bladed armor too, and I'm not sure when he uses one or the other. Yeah, like in a situation like this, it would seem like Chain Gang would be better. Just because they don't have a whole lot of melee stacked heroes yet. They got Dahaka and they got Diablo, but honestly, they're playing quite separate from each other a lot of the time. But then you have to get at least 2 with this one, so it... I actually think it would be better to go Chain. But again, this is something that I can ask Psalm and then get back to you in DM. You know, there's sometimes questions I just don't have answers to, which is okay. It doesn't happen very often, but I would rather get you the right answer than just what my speculation is.
Learned something there with the Protector and the ulti. Because he's unstoppable, he just walks through and clears the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. It's just the end of the game at this point, unfortunately. There's nothing that you guys can do, but somehow this still goes on for another minute. Wait, how does this happen? Oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, so this game, like, you've got a lot to work on with Maiev, and for me, it's like, you don't seem very confident on her, and I can tell by just the way that you're using your vault, so you gotta get a lot more games in on her to just start getting a lot better. I know that's pretty simple for me to say, but I went over a lot of the situations where you could be using your vault differently, where you can be looking for engages a little bit differently, and just play her a little bit more aggressive. You know, there's scenarios where, like top, where you could have really looked to get a kill onto one of Hanzo or Gul'dan, and you missed that opportunity. And then other times where you're just, you'll throw out your E and then not take it and then kind of walk into a team fight, use your D beforehand, and then they'll just chunk you out, and then you're in a lot of trouble. So what I said earlier was, don't use your E unless you're looking for an engage in a team fight or unless you're trying to escape. But just using it to poke for damage is not the way to play it at all. And I saw you do that a few times, so you got to be cautious of that one and make sure you're not doing it. As far as the build thing, I will definitely get back to you on 13 and 16. Just basically context. I know that I think Sam has a Maiev guide coming out soon. I'm not sure when Tempo is going to post it, but hopefully they do that soon. But yeah, aside from that, we kind of went over all of the things that you should be working on in this game. Did you have any further questions?
Probably just one. So off the top, we talked about like in the laning phase, Maiev like look for picks, sort of roam like that really roaming sort of ganking style. How does she fit team fights? Because the D is obviously huge for her survivability, but unless you're going in with stacked armor, she just doesn't feel like she lives through much. So like I kind of feel like I need to dance around the edge of team fights a lot more than I'm able to. I don't want to waste my Q on a single target because I don't want then a reset opportunity to come up. So she just feels really awkward to sort of play around the edge of team fights with. And I'm not like you were saying, like use your E to either engage or escape, but like obviously I'm not using it right. So I don't necessarily think I'm getting how I should use her in team fights.
You didn't find a single one of her like team fight conditions in this game. And that what I mean is you have to find multi-W, like you have to E in, find a multi-W, tag them, pull them in, and use your ult, and then force them into that area. Garrosh walks in, he taunts off of it. You didn't find that win condition for yourself in this entire game. So
so should you be looking to E in to get your W off, or should you be looking to W and then E out to proc the like the pull on it?
No, you W, or you can E in from like the side, look for a flank or look for an engage, just like with your team regularly. You E in, you auto W, you pull them back in, and then you use your Warden's Cage and force them to be there, and that's how you start fights. If you're starting a fight with your W, especially later in the game when you have some of those stacks in, and you're just like spamming Fan of Knives when you get two people tagged, and you have them all in Warden's Cage, that's how you win fights.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have someone in chat saying exactly that. E in, W, run back, fan when it pulls, and spam fan after cage. Exactly that. That's exactly how you play it. And then you have to find what they have that can really screw you over. And you and I kind of agreed that it was going to be mainly Diablo Shadow Charge, the Drag or the Isolation from Dahaka, or the Horrify. And Horrify, obviously a lot harder to dodge because you kind of have to be really on your toes. But yeah, you didn't find that big engage that you needed to look for. And honestly, here, if I wanted to show you, I'm sure you'll remember if I just hover over the area.
I'm sure I will, but at the moment I've just got a blue team wins screen.
Yeah, it's Seeking.
Yeah.
It's its favorite Pokemon. Okay. This one right here, where you come down over this way and then you use your E really early into this team fight after you guys already get the one kill and it's 5v4. Yes, they have 20 and you have 19, but it doesn't really matter. It's like the only fight you can take. You E in over here, you get like one person, but then Hanzo and Gul'dan and Diablo end up over here. If you're here and you E in here, boom, big W, you pull them back in, you're spamming Q, you Warden's Cage them right here, they just lose the game off of it. There's literally nothing they can do. Gul'dan can't do anything except for just use Drain Life and pray to the Fel Gods. Diablo can try to like do something, but he had his Q down. I don't even know if he had his E up, but if the only thing he can do is maybe APOC, but I'm pretty sure his APOC was down, but then you can just jump it. But yeah, stuff like that. That's what you need to satisfy. You need to find those big combos, huge combos, and then you'll win games with her. Like if you go an entire game without finding your combo, she's not a good pick. Just straight up. You know, she doesn't do mercenaries that well unless you're Nyasha's. Yeah, she's got good trade potential and stuff like that, but her big thing is team fighting.
I lied. I've got one more question.
Yep.
When can you look to draft her? In Hero League, particularly.
If you need a ranged or melee flex, you can draft her. Draft her, you know, like if there's a lot of hard CC, I wouldn't look to do it. And I also wouldn't look to do it if you have multiple players on your team that are needing big heroics from your support. Like if you had like an Illidan on your team or something like that. I know that's weird, but you know, Ancestral is likely going to be spent on Illidan. Here, it can be a little bit of the same condition because this Sonya is playing very aggro and taking a lot of damage, so likely she gets Ancestrals. So Maiev can be a little bit scarier here. Maybe a ranged would have been a little bit better, but you know, they've got... I also see this as like the perfect opportunity to get onto Gul'dan, get onto Hanzo, get onto Brightwing. So I like the fact that you ran her in this situation. This is a good one. You know, Diablo does have a good response to you, but that's basically it. If they only have like 1 or 2 heroes that can actually kind of do something against you, I would look to pick her. But obviously you have to pick her in a situation where you need damage on your team. But what would she... What's the best way to...
Does she sort of feel the same pick reasoning as like a Genji? Like,
yes.
You need someone who can roam, get kills, finish team fights for you, and like it probably doesn't bring a lot else necessarily.
Yeah, like a Genji or a Greymane. Greymane kind of heavily emphasized on camps, but he's, you know, similar. He's that ranged / melee flex damage dealer. He fits into most comps. Maiev honestly does at this point too. You just have to be cautious about the things that shut her down. She's pretty flexible. You can play her in a lot of situations.
Cool. Well, it sounds like then I should be able to break her out in some Hero League after I've practiced her a bit and hopefully get a new CC in where I improve and make you happy.
Yeah. But most importantly, and it's kind of similar to the Genji thing, I see this Gul'dan, I see this Hanzo, and I say, I want to dive on top of them and find them and pick them. And that's where you want to pick her, because you want to be able to get onto these heroes. You know, Greymane has a little bit more of a difficulty because he's... Most of the time he's playing on the backside of fights, not really on flanks, and he doesn't have the best access to the back line most of the times. But yeah, so that's when you'd also want him if you've got some dive potential. Or her, sorry. If you want dive potential. There we go.
All right, beautiful. Thank you very much for this.
Very welcome, my man. I'll catch you later, and yeah, thanks for submitting.